You're on mute.
Yeah, hold on for one moment. Can you hear me?
Yes, Guruji.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naron Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayadmudirahe Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, text number 24. The chapter is titled The Most Confidential Knowledge. Aham hi sarva yagnanam bhakta cha prabhu eva cha natu mam abhijananti tatve nata shabantite. Aham hi sarva yagnanam bhakta cha prabhu eva cha natu mam abhijananti tatve nata shabantite. Aham hi sarva yagnanam Bhokta cha prabhu eva cha natu mam abhijananti tatve na ataha shavantite. Does anybody else want to chant? Prabhu?
Aham te sarvagyananam bhokta cha prabhu eva cha natu mam abhijananti tatve natascha vantite.
Aham hi sarva jagana bhokta cha prabhurev cha nato mam abhijanante tatto nataschanta bantite.
Mataji.
Aham hi sarvayatnanam bhokta cha prabhurev cha natu mam abhijananti tatvenataschcha chavantite.
Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha natumam abhijananti tatve nataschavantite.
Okay. Synonyms. Aham, I, he, surely, sarva, of all, yajnanam, sacrifices, bhoktaha, the enjoyer, cha, and, prabhu, the Lord, eva, also, cha, and, naha, not, tu, but, mam, me, abhijananti, they know, tatvena, in reality, ataha, therefore, shyavanti, fall down, te, they. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. Please repeat. I am the only enjoyer.
I am the only enjoyer
And master of all sacrifices.
And master
of all
sacrifices.
Therefore,
Therefore,
those who do not recognize me,
those who
do not recognize me,
therefore, those who do not recognize
those do not recognize
my true transcendental nature
My true
transcendental
transcendental nature
fall down.
fall down.
Here it is clearly stated that there are many types of yajna performances recommended in the Vedic literatures. But actually, all of them are meant for satisfying the Supreme Lord. Yajna means Vishnu. In the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly stated that one should only work for satisfying Yajna or Vishnu. The perfectional form of human civilization, known as Varnashram Dharma, is specifically meant for satisfying Vishnu. Therefore, Krishna says in these words, I am the enjoyer of all sacrifices because I am the Supreme Master. Less intelligent persons, however, without knowing this fact, worship demigods for temporary benefit. Therefore, they fall down to material existence and do not achieve the desired goal of life. If, however, anyone has any material desire to be fulfilled, he had better pray for it to the Supreme Lord, although this is not pure devotion, and he will thus achieve the desired result. Om Agnanatimandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurmitan Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manavistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Sri Chaitanya Manavistam Stapitamena Bhutale Swam Rupa Kadhamayam Jadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sijata Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagarajatam Sagana Raghunathabitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sivishaka Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanto Namaste Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpataru Bhascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavane Bhayo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Once again, aham is sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhu eva cha natu mam abhijananti tatvena tah shabantite. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. Right. So we see here the Supreme Lord is slowly wrapping up this section of Bhagavad Gita, where initially he describes about lesser intelligent people who do not worship him, and they worship the demigods. All right. And he's mentioning in the previous verse that those who worship the demigods, they are indirectly, not directly, but indirectly they are worshipping him. Avidhi Purvakam. Right. Avidhi Purvakam. That instead of touching my ear, If I have to touch my right ear with my right hand, instead of touching it this way, I touch it this way. Right. Avidhi Purvakam. The benefits which they get from the demigods, in fact, they are ordained by the Supreme Lord Himself. But then also they worship the demigods, and temporarily they get those benefits. They probably even may be eligible to go to the heavenly planets. They enjoy for some time, but they fall down again. Shavantite, they fall down again. Right. So that's why he's emphasizing here that I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Elsewhere in the 5th chapter, we see that, right? Karma Yoga and Krishna consciousness, we see that. At the end of the chapter, the Lord is mentioned, Bhoktalam Yagyatapasham Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suridam Sarva Bhutanam Gyatvam Santim Nichati. If one wants to attain peace from the pangs of material miseries, one should understand that, oh, I am the supreme proprietor, I am the supreme beneficiary of all yagyas and everything. I am the supreme enjoyer. Bhoktalam Yagyatapasham. So similarly here, I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Sacrifices, yagya. Right. Elsewhere in the 3rd chapter, it's mentioned, yagyarthat karmanonyatra lokayam karma bandhana tadartham karma kauntaya mukta sangha samacharaha. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Right. Has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, for the Supreme Lord's satisfaction. And that way you will always remain free from bondage. Yagyartha, karmananyatra. Right. So there also, ultimate beneficiary is the Supreme Lord of all the yagyas. Right. Ultimate beneficiary is the Supreme Lord of all the yagyas. Vedas, people go following the Vedic injunctions to ultimately, then following Vedic injunctions, they serve these different demigods. But ultimately, the entire Vedas is for what? To know the creator of the Vedas. Vedasya sarvai aham eva vedyo. Right. Vedasya sarvai aham eva vedyo. Elsewhere, in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, when Purushottam Yoga, Lord is mentioning, Sarvasya chaham, this is sannivishta matasmitim jnanam apahanam cha. Vedasya sarvai aham eva vedya. Vedanta with aham. Right. So I am the creator of the Vedas, and through the Vedas, I am to be known. Right? The Supreme Lord has to be known through the Vedas. Through the yagyas, the Supreme Lord is a beneficiary of the yagyas, of the sacrifices. That has to be understood, that the yagya is also to be done for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord, because he is the supreme beneficiary. Right. So, yagya is for satisfying Lord Vishnu, and that's the perfectional form of human civilization, where it's mentioned about, the varnashram dharma. What is the varnashram dharma? Chaturvanya maya srishtam guna karma vibhagasya. So the Lord has divided the society, right, into 4 varnas and 4 ashramas. Right. We have the brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha, sannyas. Those are the ashrams. And then the 4 varnas. The brahmana, the kshatriya, the vaishya, and shudra. And based on this varna and ashrama, it is classified, the Lord has classified it based on guna and karma. And based on that classification, one performs his prescribed duties. But ultimately, uh, the prescribed duties which one performs is for what? Through Varna and Ashrama, whatever prescribed duties he performs, it is ultimately to satisfy the Supreme Lord. It is ultimately to satisfy the Supreme Lord. Right. So the the perfectional form of human civilization known as Varnashram Dharma is meant for satisfying Lord Vishnu. Right. In whatever ashrama we are in, Griye Thako, what is that? One Thako Sadahari, Bole Thako. Right. Whether you are a grahastha or a vanaprastha or a brahmachari, just chant the names of the Supreme Lord. Right? Because he is the ultimate beneficiary. He is the ultimate enjoyer. And in that consciousness, we will purify ourselves more and more. If we want something, instead of going to the demigods, Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purport that if we want something, instead of going to the demigods, wanting that material thing also, go to the Supreme Lord. As Srila Prahlad Maharaj mentions in Bhagavatam, Akama Sarva Kama Moksha Kama Udaradi. If you are desireless, not desiring anything, worship the Supreme Lord. Sarva Kama. If you are desiring some material desires, worship the Supreme Lord. Moksha Kama. If you are desiring liberation, in that state also, you worship the Supreme Lord. In all these three different states of our consciousness, one should worship the Supreme Lord. Because ultimately, he is the beneficiary and he is the one who would provide to us. Just a couple of verses back. Ananyas chintayantamam, ye jana paripasate, tesha nitya bhiktanam, yoga shema vahamiyam. Whatever we lack, he provides. He is the one who provides. Right? He is the one who provides. So why not worship him? Why we have to worship, just like if we want to water a plant, why we have to water all the leaves? If we water the root, ultimately all the leaves will get nourishment. Right? Ultimately all the leaves will get nourishment. But if we water all the leaves, the root will not necessarily get nourishment and the plant will not get nourishment. Right? So the whole world is trying to water the leaves. Right? Let me do some charity work in form of some philanthropy this, some philanthropy that, some philanthropy that. But ultimately to do what? To extend one's material life. Because whatever charity, that's why in the later chapters, we will also understand charity performed in mode of passion, charity performed in the mode of ignorance, and charity performed in the mode of goodness. Right. But ultimate charity is by understanding that the Lord is the supreme proprietor, the Lord is the supreme enjoyer, the Lord is the supreme beneficiary of all sacrifices. Then, knowing that, we will perform charity also for the Supreme Lord. Yat karoshi, yad asnasi, yad joshi dadasi, yat tapasyasi, kaunte, tat kurushva mada arpanam. Right? Mada arpanam is that consciousness of giving everything to the Supreme Lord. Mada arpanam. We will perform that. Whatever we'll do it for the Supreme Lord. Whatever we eat, we offer it to the Supreme Lord first. Whatever sacrifices one perform, he does it for the Supreme Lord. Whatever charity gives, he does it to the Supreme Lord. Right. So with that consciousness, Mother Arpanam, right, he purifies himself. Then that karma does not bind him. Otherwise, good or bad karma will bind him in this material world. Right? both good and bad karma will bind him in this material world. Just like we heard in previous verses, the good karma, the piety also takes him to enjoy. Right? And he will enjoy in the heavenly place and will come back again. Right? Shina Martya Loke, comes back in the Martya Loka. Right? Yeah. Okay. Are there any questions, discussions, realizations? Yay. Everybody's pin drop silence. Any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Please accept humble obeisance all praise to Prabhupada. Thank you for the class, Prabhu.
Yes.
We're all trained, from starting of ISKCON to even when we leave our body in the bhakti path, always do kirtan. Kirtan is glorifying the Lord, Supreme Lord, glorifying.
Yeah.
And yajna also, in one sense, you can say is a type of a kirtan. You're doing it for his pleasure.
Yes.
Now the question is, Prabhu, Krishna is also Atmaram. He's self-satisfied.
Yeah.
He's totally renounced also.
Yes.
And why does he want us to glorify him?
Why does he want to glorify him?
I mean, why is that whole thing glorify, kirtan karo?
Yeah. Ultimately, it's a form of devotional service. Right. This Navda Bhakti starts with Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. Right. And the other 6 paths. Right. So it starts with Kirtan, hearing and chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord. So we are conditioned, right, to hear and chant. If we will not chant, if we are not in proper consciousness, we like to hear and chant the glories of this material world. First thing which we do when in our conditioned state. I don't know about all of you, but now when I wake up, first thing, where's the newspaper? And I'll read hours and hours of newspaper, hearing and chanting. What am I doing? So some people died here, some people died there, and some people did this, some people did that, right? Or I did such a great work, and there are people who then start glorifying me, and I feel, probably I might have done that. Yes. So nice. Right? Or hearing about, what did my popular star do? And that's how all these magazines come up, the Stardust, and such a nice name, Stardust. Right? Ultimately, it's dust. Shrama eva hi kevalam. But we grew up, right, in our conditioned state to hear about, what did they do? Right. So the Lord is mentioning, if you want to purify yourself with this material condition, material consciousness, you glorify me. Not that the Lord needs glories. Just as you mentioned, Lord is Atmaram. He is renounced. What does he do? In turn, he glorifies his devotees. he becomes a charioteer of his own devotee.
Mm.
But he wants us to fix our consciousness onto him. Man mana bhava mad bhakta madhyaji mam namaskaru. Right. He wants Arjuna to fight. He's showing the universal form where he shows that, Bhishma Pitamaha, Dronacharya, everybody is already entering his mouth. Then why he wants Arjuna to take the credit? To show an example that ultimately, you have to fight for him. Right. So whatever activity which we do it for him. In that consciousness, we do it. How do we practically apply that principle? That, whatever things which we are doing in day-to-day life, instead of spending hours and hours on internet and whatnot and this magazine or that magazine, why don't I spend that time hearing about the pastimes of the Supreme Lord, hearing about the instruction of the Supreme Lord? Then that becomes devotional service. Shravanam Kirtanam. That becomes devotional service. Otherwise, other things are just material activities which will bind us in sense gratification and will bind us to this material world. Right.
Mm.
So for our own purification, it's needed. Right. Like the father, it's not that he wants to be glorified. But if the child abides by the father, right? Either a child could revolt. Oh, why I have to follow my father? Right? Either the child could revolt. And the father says, okay, do whatever you want to do. Or child abides by the father. Now, not that the father is looking for that glorification, that, no, but it's when he abides by the father. No, father pours all his blessings onto him, all his mercy onto him. Right.
Mm.
Is that all right?
Yeah, Prabhu. So Krishna wants us to glorify him. That is, it's reasonable because we have to get rid of our habits, our
Yes.
conditioning, whatever it is. And instead of doing this, you come to something which is better and purer. So that's understandable. Now, a follow-up question, as you were telling me this, I don't mean to put you in a spot, Prabhu. It's a little personal.
Okay.
Our friendship goes back very long, Prabhu. I was thinking, and I've been thinking of this for some time on and off. When Jayadatta Swami Maharaj gave you initiation, usually, typically, it is first initiation and second initiation. And then, of course, for someone who is brahmachari, you can also take the sannyas initiation. There is a qualification process of how the consciousness develops. But Maharaj he told you that I would have given you sannyas initiation in Vrindavan when you all went. I would have given you sannyas initiation, but out of consideration for your aged parents. So basically, what I learned from this is your consciousness, though you are wearing white kurta and all that, consciousness is a state of renunciation, sannyas. That was already there. So this is something devotional. So my question, Prabhu, to you personally, and you don't want to, if you answer it, it'll really help me and others also. We read about examples in the Bhagavatam and great personalities, but I think when there's someone amongst our own group, it becomes more personal and we can relatable.
Mm-hmm.
How do you, Prabhu, with such a achievement, I really think to have that state of consciousness, not get egoistic, like you mentioned. Sometimes we feel, oh yeah, someone will praise me in the something. We get that. कि मैंने कुछ हासिल किया. So how do you keep yourself grounded, Prabhu?
Well, good question. Now, devotional service is like a razor edge, right? At each and every moment, no, we have to be careful in performing the devotional service. Whatever state of consciousness I may have had at that particular time of my renunciation, where, okay, no, I remember in my pursuits of material enjoyment, no, like, no, four kinds of people take to devotional service: Chaturvida Bhajante Mam Jana Sukritana Arjuna, Artho Jigyashu Arthi, Jnani Cha Bharata Sabha, right? Artho Arthi, one who is in, one who is distressed, one who desires wealth, Artho-arthi, economic development, then what? One who is inquisitive and one who really wants to know something. You can call me that much. I was in not desiring wealth. At that time of my consciousness, I was more distressful situation. Here I am trying to in Krishna consciousness do something, and had failed miserably, and I just took shelter. So in that state of consciousness, at that time I could have been probably more renounced, where my Guru Maharaj at that time felt, okay, you can do this. Now you could see that, at that time I was ready to give up everything, and it's all relative, as you mentioned. Just like when I was staying in Tobacco, to me, in one room with six devotees living out of my suitcase was enough. Now staying in a 4-bedroom house, also many times things are piling up. Right. So in all those states, the only thing which is keeping me going is my performance of devotional service. But it does not mean that, at each and every state of my consciousness, I am in that renounced consciousness. Right. I'm not. So, to be very frank, I'm not. Bring me samosas and kachoris. I want to eat something. Right. So that's where it's kind of right. But yeah. So one part of me, I can see that I'm now. If at any time I want to wrap up, I can completely wrap up. Just like the other day, I was giving you an example when my boss called me in my office. I said, okay, zoop, 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 zoop. But you have to mentally turn that switch on. Not that you are in that mental situation all the time, but just if tomorrow I have to be prepared for that, I think that it may take a little bit time, but it's not that I won't be able to do that. Right. So that's where I can personally relate to that. So at times, right now, my Guru Maharaj has to bang my head. Okay, no cricket, no this, no that. And times my the consciousness still there. Oh, what happened to India and South Africa? Right. So that conditioning is there, where I have not completely conquered over that conditioning. Right. Or going on the WhatsApp or going on the Facebook or once. No, so it's there. It's not that, oh, okay, I'm completely in that renounced consciousness where Satatam Kirtan Tamam, I can just think about the Supreme Lord all the time. It's a practice. No, that okay. At least the goal is there in front of us. That no means right now I'm in a state where no certain responsibilities are there. I'm fulfilling that. So, but when you try to fulfill those responsibilities, you get into something, right? You also Bhogeshwara Prasaktanam, so at times it will make you attached, right? That's too much talking about me, but yeah. But is that all right?
Perfect, Prabhu. Thank you for that. Thank you so much.
Okay. Anybody else has any questions or realizations which they'd like to share?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
No problem.
Not related to this shloka, but I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay.
When you say that there is a Kadashi Prasadam, right?
Yeah.
In Govindas, and you can go pick it up. For me, just like Amritanandan Prabhu was asking the other day, okay, can we offer that to our deities at home? So for me, I wouldn't personally go by that, because I feel that is like, I don't want to put in the effort to make something for my deities. And it's like more a personal gratification to me, that I am going there to fill up my stomach, my belly. It's for my gratification that I'm going to Govindas to get Ekadashi Prasadam, because I am not motivated to make something special for my deities on this special day. So how would you explain that? Like, I don't feel comfortable to go buy something for myself, for my own personal gratification, until and unless my deities at home are satisfied, and until and unless I put in an effort to make something for them. Yes, if I have made something special for them, I would go and get Ekadashi Prasadam from Govindas. Or like if, there are kachoris there, just like you said, or samosas there, and I'm not putting in an effort to make that for my deities, but I'm going to eat there. Won't that be personal gratification?
Yeah, but you are putting Krishna in the center of your life, where, say, suppose you want to offer 56 items, chappan bhog, to the deity, right? So now, in that 56 items, you can list 56 items which you don't like. And I'm sure when you make that 56 items for the Lord, none of those 56 items which you don't like would be part of your 56 items which you're offering to the Supreme Lord. Is that right?
Okay, repeat that again, Prabhuji.
No, say suppose you are offering 56 items to the Supreme Lord, chappan bhog. On the side, make a mental note of 56 items which you don't like.
Okay.
Now, the 56 items which you offer to the Supreme Lord, none of the items which you don't like would be part of those 56 items which you offer to the Supreme Lord.
Like, most probably.
Right? Most probably. Now, the Lord would like that. It's just that you don't like it. Just like Karela. I know, probably, I don't know whether you like Karela or not, but
I love Karela.
oh, okay. So you can name something which you don't like, and then we'll put that as an example. And the Lord will like that. But you won't offer it, right? Because that's still, that conditioning is there within us. That okay, I want to offer, but at the same time, after that, it will become prasad, then I'll eat that.
Right.
Right.
But the same thing is, if you're offering something that you don't like and Krishna likes, but then if you don't like, you have to eat it anyways. You have to honor the prasadam. Otherwise, if you don't like it, you will have to throw it away, which you don't want to do.
That's true. So that's why most of the times we won't make things for the Lord which we don't like. Most of the times. Unless you are in that advanced state where we would think about it. Is that good?
Yes,
So
Prabhuji.
similarly, that samosas or kachoris or even the Ekadasi items, now yes, you can put the time and effort to make it for the Lord, but at the same time, you are in the middle of so many other things. You may feel that, I have to make something for the Lord, but I don't have, quote unquote, the time. So let me get it. If somebody else has made the bhoga, let me also get that bhoga to offer to the Lord. It's okay.
Yeah, offering to the, if that is what it is, that somebody has made it and you can offer it, just like Amritanand Prabhu asked, that is fine.
Yeah.
But just if which is already offered and I'm just eating it, that is what bothers me.
Already offered and that I'm eating. Yeah, but so that's what the entire restaurant business is all about. That okay, I want to eat prasad, but at the same time, I'm like either don't have that bandwidth to make those items, or whatever the reason may be, or I may be tired, or whatever may be the reason. I want to get it from the restaurant because it's still prasad.
Okay, so the guilt of personal gratification shouldn't be there.
Yeah, the guilt should not be there because ultimately, you're eating prasad. So that itself is half form, just like you go to the Sunday feast, right?
Right.
Well, there'll be prasad.
Right about that. Yes.
Thank
you, Prabhuji.
On this thing which Mataji asked, I had asked my Guru Maharaj long back as to love Kirtan and love singing and dancing in Kirtan. So I felt this kind of same thing which Mataji is feeling guilt, because it is a devotional activity, but it is for my gratification. So I asked Guru Maharaj, this is the situation and what to do. So he says that initially when we are, this personal thing of personal gratification is always there. But because you are doing a devotional activity, you're chanting the name of the Lord, that in itself will be a purification. So don't stop doing kirtan. Continue doing the kirtan. And then there will be a state when finally it will be for His pleasure.
Yeah.
So even though initially it may be for our pleasure, but as long as you're doing a devotional act, whether cooking prasadam, eating prasadam, doing kirtan, doing pravachan, listening, whatever, gradually it will, sometimes even philosophical things may really be gratifying. We are listening to Krishna Katha, but intellectually it is being very gratification. But then that will be done. So continue doing the thing, even if there is personal gratification in it. That was the instruction Maharaj had given.
Very good.
Thank you for sharing, Prabhuji.
So we'll see you in Govinda's Mataji.
Sure.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes,
I don't have a question, but I just want to appreciate like how Amritananda Prabhuji was asking Like what is making you like keeping like kind of sannyasi only in white robe? So I always feel, Prabhuji, when I see you, since when I saw, I started ISKCON, I was there, I don't know, your qualities, how you work, how you handle the situation, the leadership quality and all that. Really very nice, Prabhuji. And because of you, my Prabhuji changed. He went with you to Yatra, and so many transformation happened in his life. So you are really lucky for us. So I always tell to my Prabhuji, when he is not listening, I just keep I just make association of you so that he will realize. And if I will take your name, he will understand. Otherwise, if I am telling him, he will not. So wherever we talk after our yagya and all that, so it really helps, Prabhuji. Whenever I am feeling down, your association makes a lot of difference in our life. So I really want to appreciate your association and very nice, Prabhuji. Just wanted to say what it came in my mind. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji. Ultimately, devotional service, as many times I had mentioned, Raja Vidya, Raja Kuyam, Pavitramidam Uttamam, Pratyaksha Vagamam Dharmyam, Susukam Kartum Avayat, has to be joyfully performed. And that joyfully performed, to me, comes in the association of devotees. I'm not yet at that state where I can associate with the Supreme Lord at each and every moment in a solitary place. To me, joyfully perform means Sangha of devotees. So that's why the yatras, the picnics, programs, or even small interactions we all do day in, day out, like the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam class, the Bhagavad Gita class. So that keeps you going.
Mm-hmm.
And becomes joyfully performed in the association of devotees.
Except Saturday, Prabhu.
Except Saturday, I'm in Saturday. We are having wonderful association. You should start coming. You should start coming to the temple, and you will see that all this thing about
Yagya.
the yagya,
Yagya and then prasadam together.
The prasadam.
It's good.
Oh my goodness. The prasadam, and not only the prasadam itself, but at the same time, association of devotees and eating prasadam together.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's really nice.
I'm a darpok with COVID, Prabhu. So I was
Well, the
referring more
COVID
to
goes away
online.
in the association of devotees. We see that the social distancing goes away. Everybody is at the same table, and
Yeah. And other day we were talking about, like, my Prabhuji was saying we'll move to Vrindavan when we are old. And Prabhuji said, no, I will go to Mayapur. Then I said, okay, where Madhupati Prabhuji is going, just we'll go. So we'll also go to Mayapur only. That's done now. So we'll make there our own association, right? Nicely.
Madhupati Prabhu will be in Plainfield only, Plainfield Dham.
I don't know.
That's why, so that you don't miss too much. Somehow with the devotees, we try to bring Vrindavan, Mayapur, and Jagannath Puri right here in Plainfield.
Yeah.
In most of our yatras, we will go to these three places. So, now, come tomorrow, we won't be able to go to these three places. Right here, they're manifesting.
True, Prabhuji, yeah.
And I can see myself going to different places, but ultimately, this is my shelter here. Like Dattatraya Prabhu going to Oklahoma, but ultimately thinking about, okay, when can I move next to Plainfield?
Sure. So, yeah. So, Hoyan, do you have any plan to go to Parikrama in Mayapur Dham, Vrindavan Dham, and Jagannath Puri. When it would be possible. I missed the last time. Okay, you did it so nice.
Next yatra, all will go together.
Yes, yes.
Really
This time, yeah, we
Yeah.
want to go. We want to go.
2023.
23, right?
Oh.
Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Instead of that,
Amen.
inauguration of planetarium,
TOVP.
TOBP. Yeah. Yeah, we have to plan from today so that it will happen in 23.
Because right now you go, you won't be able to go. Just like I got a call from Vandana Mataji, who is in India. That she would like to go to Mayapur. So I inquired and I said, I'll make all the arrangements for you to go to Mayapur. So then I also want to go to Puri. I said, okay, we'll make arrangements for that also. Then she found out that, the Puri is closed. Puri temple is closed.
So now it's closed
Yeah.
because of COVID. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Prabhu, I think even India is restricted. You can't travel also to India now. We are
But can we come back or no?
Yeah, no, those who are in India,
They can-
she's in India. And she was afraid of getting COVID, but she said, I already got COVID. So now I have the immunity for 90 days. Let me travel in those 90 days.
Oh, okay.
Right. So those things are there.
I think Simeshwar Prabhu has a Bhakti Viksh class, correct, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Jai, Hari.
Prabhu, you should bring them here.
Yeah, they are going to
Big
join
Sangha.
here. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
They're going to
that's
be on
good
the-
idea.
That's why I can see the numbers increasing from 10 to 15 already.
Yeah. So,
Nowadays, Sandeep Prabhuji
Yeah.
is also joining. He used to come to our temple. Now
Vallabhacharya Prabhu doesn't want to attend my lecture, but he wants to join Bhakti Viksha. That's good. Jai, Hari Bol.
Okay, Prabhu.
Jai.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyascha
Vidana
patitanam
Pavane.
Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Pavanebhyo namo namaha.
Jai.
Jai.
Ki jai.
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 So I would humbly request the devotees who would like to stay and participate in the Guru Puja, Tulasi Puja, Kirtan, and it's a full package. Everybody can be so nicely engaged.
Yeah, I will be there, Prabhuji.
So yes, please.
Okay.
Very nice. So we'll begin. Thank you so much, Madhuri Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Madhupati Prabhuji. Very nice class, very nice. Thank you, everyone. Hari.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Indra Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Wonderful. Very nice. Okay. Let's see who is all joined. Hare Krishna, Vallabhacharya Prabhu. Wonderful. Thank you.
Hare Bol, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
So who is singing the Tulasi Puja?
Mohan Mohini Singh.
Okay. So let's start. So let me share the
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam Jai Shri Prabhupada.